Hello, good morning. My name is Wayne Alexander, and today we're going to be taking a look at solutions. Now, solutions are new functionality available in CRM 2011, and it basically gives users the ability to package customizations. Now, in CRM4, when you customize the system, it automatically would overwrite any customizations that used to take place, and there was no auditing capability within your customizations. Well, in 2011, you now have solutions which you essentially can package your solutions, your customizations together, and for starters, the system can record who was the one that did the customizations, and also what it means is that you can actually have versions of different customizations. Now, there's two types of solutions that you can have in CRM 2011. There's the unmanaged solution and the managed solution. There's slight differences between the two. First of all, solutions, when you create a solution, you can actually export the solution out of the system. Now, this is what unmanaged solution allows you to do. So with an unmanaged solution, you can take your customizations in the package, and you have the ability to export it out of the system and import it into another CRM system. When you import it into the new CRM system, you have the ability to make changes to the unmanaged solution. Whereas a managed solution is a solution more so that you find with external companies use. And a managed solution, basically, the solution is created, and when you import a managed solution, you do not have the ability to make any changes to a managed solution. It's effectively read only. Um, and you can't export a managed solution out of a system. You have the ability to delete a managed solution, and when you delete a managed solution, what the CRM system will do, or delete or uninstall, it would remove every component of the managed solution. It's almost like a clean deletion, but it doesn't give you the ability to export out of the CRM system. So there's slight differences between the two. We'll take a look at those when we actually go into the solution that we're going to create. I'm using the web version of CRM 2011. I can confirm it's exactly the same process in the Outlook version. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to jump over to settings, and I'm going to go ahead and hit solutions. Before I do, actually, I just want to point out, even when the system's first created, your CRM system's first created, that is, even the basic customizations that you have are in a solution, and I'll show you what I mean. If I went to customizations and I clicked on customize this system, this is something that used to be done in CRM4. What the system does is it opens up something called the default solution. And the default solution is just a solution that's automatically created by the system when a new install of CRM 2011 is done. Okay, but what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and click on solutions, and I'm going to go ahead and click on new solution. And remember, a solution is a package, very similar to a marketing list. So first thing I'm going to do is give it a name, try and be as descriptive as possible. And today what we're going to do is we're going to import the account entity into this solution, because maybe we want to make some changes to the account entity. So I'm just going to call this account amendments. You'll notice that publisher is a required field. I'm going to go ahead and click on my lookup. When the system's created, the system will always create a default publisher with the CRM system's unique name, but I created a new solution for myself. Fairly straightforward to create a new solution. You can just go ahead and click on new, and add that new publisher. Just come out of there. I'm going to go ahead and select Wayne for the publisher and click OK. And also I'm going to go ahead and give a version number as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and give my version number of 1.0. I can put in a description, more description, and I do recommend doing so, of maybe exactly what this solution is going to be used for. I'm just going to go ahead and put in here creating a new account look for the sales team. You'll notice that installed is grayed out. The system would installed on. The system would automatically populate this date field for us, and you'll notice the package type says unmanaged. Whenever you create a solution, by default it would automatically be unmanaged. The only time a system can be made managed is when it's is when it's actually exported out of the CRM system, which I'll show you a little later. So I'm going to go ahead and hit save. And when I do, the links on the left hand side become active. Now this is an empty shell at the moment, and you'll find with solutions what you have to do is you have to tell the system what entities or what reports or what dashboards or what security roles you want to bring into your solution. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and click on entities, and I'm going to click on add existing entity. You'll notice there's a new button here, so the system gives you the ability to create a new entity within a solution. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to add existing, and when I do, I'm just going to go ahead and select account and click OK. Now when I click OK, the system would automatically say there's a list of required components that's needed with the account. I recommend always bringing in those required components. That's why by default the system would be set to yes for this. So I'm going to go ahead and click OK, and it will just bring in the account entity with the required components as well. You can see their competitor, contact, and service had to come into. Okay, now you'll notice an arrow appears on the left hand side for entities. I can now click on my drop down of the for the entity, and I can go to accounts, and I could customize the account form as I normally would in CRM 2011. I actually have a video on how to customize an entity, so if you want to know how to do that, please just take a look at that video. I'm gonna collapse the entities for the moment, and I just want to show you that it's exactly the same process for pretty much everything else. So if I wanted dashboards, I can just click on dashboards and go to add existing. Same thing with reports, add existing, and basically what happens is when you add these reports, dashboards, entities, it pulls in the current entity within the 2011 system. It almost uses them as a template. So in other words, if customizations had already been done on the account entity, on the default solution I should say, and then I pulled in the account entity into my solution, then those changes would have came in as well. Okay, so let's pretend that we've created our solution, we've done all the changes that we wanted to do. So I'm just going to go ahead and save and close, and you'll notice that my account amendment solution is right here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to export this solution out of the system. Remember, the only reason why I'm allowed to export this solution out of the system is because it's an unmanaged solution. I'll give you an example before I actually export. Dependent pick list is a managed solution, and if I was to go ahead and click on that and I selected export, the system would flag up and say exporting a managed solution is not allowed. So you can't export managed solutions out of the system. You can only export unmanaged solutions out of the system. So I'm going to go ahead and click on my account amendments again, and I'm going to go ahead and export. And the good thing about when you export an unmanaged solution, a wizard pops up and it gives you the ability to choose whether you want managed or whether you want to actually export it as a managed or an unmanaged. The first thing the system's going to ask you to do is make sure you publish all the customizations within that solution. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and do right now. Click on publish all customizations, and when that goes through, it's literally just a case of going through the wizard until it's complete. So I'm going to go ahead and hit next. The system would say well, the export system settings, this is for advanced users, and the system's basically saying there's a set of system settings that you may want to export with the solution. But in all honesty, if you're importing an unmanaged solution into a new CRM system, then the new CRM system should have auto numbering, calendar, customizations, and all of these others. So there's really no need to tick any of those. I'm going to go ahead and hit next. And this is where the system would ask, what would you like to do? Would you like the package type to be unmanaged or managed? And just to reiterate what I said before, an unmanaged solution, you'll be able to modify the solution when you import it into a new system, and in the new system you'll be able to export it. So that's what unmanaged allows you to do. Managed solution, on the other hand, you won't be able to edit a managed solution. It's almost read only, and you can't export a managed solution out of the new system that you're going to import it into. You will only be able to delete the managed solution and all of its components. I'm going to export this as a managed, so I'm going to go ahead and click export, and it's really straightforward now. Once I hit export, the system is just going to package up my managed solution for me, and I'm just going to go ahead and click on save as, and I'll just save that to my desktop. And I've just created my solution that I've gone ahead and exported out of the system. Okay, thank you.